And a look behind the curtain here. Final preparations for the challenge ahead. Hoping to come out of the gates strong. And a good Thursday evening to you. 2K Sports presents the NBA. Kevin Harlan here with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, and we'll have David Aldridge filling us in from the sideline. Now a chance to take a look at some numbers for Naz Reid.
And in the last 5 games, he's made a bunch of hustle plays on the glass more than anywhere else. His rebounding totals in these games shows a dramatic increase from his numbers during the rest of the season.
So here's Oklahoma City's starting group. The 4 and the 5, the lengthy pair of Holmgren and Hartenstein. Gilgeous-Alexander runs things with Dort to his side. And it's Williams at the 3 spot. And for Minnesota, Edwards on the wing. He's joined by McDaniels. Naz Reid out there with Rudy Gobert. And it's Conley in at the point. And there's certainly an added challenge, right, Clark, in the second game of a back-to-back.
And you always wonder in that case, could fatigue play a role in deciding this game? You know, back-to-backs are hard, but there's no excuses. Everybody has to play them, so you deal with it and make the most of it.
The shot goes in. First shot, first basket.
Conley, so crafty with that left hand of his. The veteran knows his way around the hoop.
Williams passes to Holmgren. Holmgren sets the screen for Gilgeous-Alexander. Williams looking over the floor. 4 on the shot clock. Driving to the basket. Oh, and the jam by Williams.
And one step ahead of the defense with that solid screen.
And then, Greg, the monster dunk to finish it off.
Boy, picture-perfect teamwork that time, guys. One guy sacrificing for the other. That's how you succeed in this league. Well, you know, this is what happens. You can't afford to lose concentration even for a nanosecond.
Pass to Hartenstein. And a wide-open look for Gilgeous-Alexander. Hits it from three-point range.
This is why SGA is a focal point of this offense, because of that ability to score.
Greg, this is some kind of note. Last year, Minnesota, for just the second time, had ever won a series in the postseason.
Yeah, they've been bounced in the first round, 10 of 12 appearances. But last year's team was different. Their elite defense fueled the conference finals run.
You know, with his strength and body control, Edwards should be an and-one machine at this level.
Anthony Edwards is a classic 2-guard, Clark, a spectacular player. What has impressed you most about his development?
Well, he's got a great body. He had it when he got into the league after just 1 year of college. Tremendous basketball body, strength and length and bounce. Now he's worked on refining his skill. I think the biggest thing that's impressed me is not only his work ethic, but his poise. He's not a guy that plays frantically. He plays with intentionality and purpose, and that's a tough thing to do when you've got his athletic ability and you're as young as he is.
And Gilgeous-Alexander the bucket on the assist by Dort. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 5 points so far. Edwards against Dort. For the 3. And Anthony Edwards hits from deep. 6 points for him.
And the offense, I mean, 3 of 4, a solid start for this game.
Pass to Holmgren. Williams against Reid. On the wing, Gilgeous-Alexander. Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. Here's McDaniels. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. They come in fresh off a win against the Heat.
That was a different team in the fourth quarter than what we saw in the first 3. Don't you think? I mean, they got their act together just in time to pull it out.
Most definitely a switch flip for them in the fourth, and they finally started playing up to their ability, and it certainly came at just the right time, not a moment too soon.
And we've got a timeout called from Chris Finch. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly. And the Timberwolves making a change here. Alexander Walker's checked in. And they're on the 2K leaderboard of the teams that have been tormenting opponents defensively this month. Fifth on the list, the Thunder.
And they've just been on a defensive tear. I mean, allowing so few points. And really, I think it's the energy with which they've played.
Here's Reed. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Naz Reid is a very good shooting big.
A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, thank you. Jalen Williams is a do-it-all dynamo for the Thunder. Coach Mark Dagnall said, we've cross-matched him onto centers. He'll shift him to a point guard. It's hard to explain how impactful that is for you. You have a great offensive player that you're also moving all over the lineup. Kevin?
DA, the versatility. That is pretty special. Free throw good, Edwards. And Greg, it didn't take long for Anthony Edwards to prove himself in the NBA.
There's so much to like about his game. As outstanding as his offense is, his defense cannot be overlooked. He is a lockdown presence when he needs to be.
Cason Wallace, he's checked in for Gilgeous-Alexander.
Already growing a reputation as one of the game's most notorious trash talkers. Edwards is just having fun out there.
Now that we have a second, let's take a quick peek at the rebounding numbers for the last handful of seasons for Isaiah Hartenstein.
He's really made that a focus of his game these past few years, and it's paid big-time dividends for him. He's become a much better rebounder, and it's increased his value as a player by leaps and bounds.
Pass to Williams. Rebound, Minnesota. Their last meeting was in Oklahoma City, where they were unable to fight off the Thunder.
Yeah, and their last time out against this club, turnovers really did them in. Just way too many mistakes.
Yeah, sloppy play sabotage. I mean, they'll have to be much more focused this time around.
Shot clock at 5. Here's Edwards. And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops. Edwards got 10 points in the game.
And he's starting to show that killer instinct this quarter, looking to extend the lead.
Holmgren against Reed. And again, Oklahoma City, no good. Now here's Conley. Wallace covering. Pass to Edwards. There's a screen. Shoots over Dort. Edwards, no good.
Clearly the defense could have been better there, guys, but he also needs to convert that.
Dort finds Williams. Gobert with the block.
No surprise Gobert sent that shot back.
And so the ball out of bounds. Gobert touched it last. So both teams changing it up here. Shot clock at 6. Here's Williams driving the lane. Finds the hole for the second time from the floor. Now 2 for 5.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
Williams against Reed. Dillingham wide open, and he fires. That 3 off the mark.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Down low, here's Joe. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
Here's Shannon, defended by Caruso. Reed with the screen on Wallace. Dillingham. The Timberwolves again can't hit. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Timberwolves ahead, leading by a point. And we'll be back in just a moment with the start of the second quarter. And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And what do you guys think about Minnesota here in this one?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
And, you know, for them guys, it's all about tempo. Keep the pressure on and do so as much as possible.
So the Thunder 5 right now. Aaron Wiggins is out there with Alex Caruso. Then it's Williams. Then there's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's Wallace in at the 2-guard spot. Here's Shannon. 11 points for him in that last game against Milwaukee.
It looked like that was going to be blocked, but then he pulled the Houdini act and flipped it in for the score.
Now here's Caruso. They trail by 3. Pass to Wallace. Williams sets a screen for Wallace. On the wing, Williams. Now here's Caruso. He's covered closely.
And maybe he thinks he has that type of range, but I'm not sure who'd agree with him.
Yeah, you know what? Sometimes guys have the green light to take that shot, but I don't think he's one of them.
Thunder trailing by 3. Wallace attacking, and Wallace slams it in.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
Making a statement for sure. I mean, we'll see if they can maintain that aggressive approach, guys.
That's a look you cannot pass up. It's also one you shouldn't miss.
Pass to Williams. And a great assist by Gilgeous-Alexander as that one goes in. Williams has got his first bucket of the night. And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. He wants to regroup and go over the strategy. Miller's checked in for Minnesota. The Thunder also changing it up. Hartenstein, he's checked in for Williams. And it's Dort in for Alex Caruso. Bounce pass from Alexander Walker. Miller with a screen on Gilgeous-Alexander. Dillingham with it, and it's Wallace picking him up. And it's Miller in the corner. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Pass to Shannon. Fires from deep. The Timberwolves again can't hit. For Oklahoma City, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. And here's Gilgeous-Alexander outside. Good on the triple. And now a 4-point Oklahoma City lead. Here's Dillingham. Gilgeous-Alexander covering. Pass to Shannon. Miller against Wiggins. Here's Garza. Lays it up and banks it in. Garza's got his first points in this one. Drawing fouls, Clark getting to the line, all part of the game, but do you think players try and draw fouls too often now?
I do in some cases, but I think it's more on an individual basis. I mean, players have to do what they need to do to try to score the ball. But I don't think anybody likes, 1, guys flopping the draw fouls, and then 2, whining when fouls aren't called.
Minnesota's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. A shot by Alexander Walker, no good. Here's Dort, and Miller with the block, and he recovers it. Wiggins from outside. Wow, drew the contact, and that 3 almost went in, so he'll go to the line for 3 free throws. And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Thunder.
Well, I've liked their assertiveness inside. They've been getting that way and playing that way the whole time, setting the tone right away that the inside area is their territory.
Oh, man, their mid-range jumper also has been on fire. Tough to beat a group of guys shooting with that much confidence.
Holmgren, he's checked in for the Thunder. Williams comes in for Wallace. Good on the second free throw. And he makes all three. And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. Conley dishes to Edwards. Gobert with a screen on Wiggins. Inside. And finished off by Gobert.
It's like running into an immovable object. Gobert setting that pick nicely.
Special K, we know the trade for Rudy Gobert took some time to click, but now it's looking like a great move.
Well, you know, figuring out how to play two bigs in this day and age with the way the game is played, pretty tricky, a slippery slope. And they stayed with it, to their credit, the Minnesota Timberwolves. And once they got it sorted out, Gobert was a force with his defense and his scoring out of the pick and roll. And I think one of the things undervalued in Gobert's improvement is the addition of Mike Conley. They've got a tremendous relationship, and I think Mike Conley's presence has been a real asset for Gobert as well.
McDaniels, he's checked in for Dillingham. Hartenstein's checked in for Oklahoma City. Alex Caruso comes in for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Reed against Holmgren. And here is McDaniel. Still yet to score.
This is where Gobert likes to park himself, right around the rack.
Oklahoma City leading by 4. And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Kevin, thank you very much. The Timberwolves have become a rough and rugged team. Swingman Jaden McDaniel said, "We don't let nobody push us around. We're always being physical defensively. I feel like we're a tough team, super tough." And Kevin, they certainly have the size to hold their own.
Always being physical. But, David, that's their identity. And we thank you for the report. The first free throw is good.
Yeah, nice job of drawing the contact and creating opportunities at the line.
My kind of hoops. Straight ahead, playing downhill, and physical.
He's off on the second.
You know, when Rudy Gobert is down low, it strikes fear into the opponent. This is a guy who has led the league in blocks and rebounds at different times. Inside the paint, he is just a nightmare to battle against.
And the Thunder with the possession here. Anthony Edwards unable to get his last shot to go in. 1:09 left in the first half. Pass to Conley. Reed with it. And here's Edwards from the arc. Connects from three-point range. Edwards got 13.
Boy, tonight just gives you a picture of the potential of Edwards. I mean, this guy is an electrifying scoring guard.
Here we are sizing up GA Jalen Williams, and his shooting has got to be his biggest strength.
Absolutely. He's great at spacing the floor for his teammates with his catch-and-shoot abilities, but he's equally gifted shooting off the dribble.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That's good from Williams. And Williams drops them both. They have a chance to go 2 for 1 here.
Well, let's see how they play the clock.
Reed with a screen on Caruso. Pass to Reed. Dort against Edwards. 5 on the clock. Shoots over Dort. Edwards with another miss.
Tell you what, that is a missed opportunity from mid-range for sure. With as little defense as was shown, should have made that one.
And Williams is right there.
Always better to be lucky than good when it comes to offensive rebounding. Unless you're as good as he is, then those tip-ins are all about skill.
And so it's the Oklahoma City Thunder with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. They've played the better game so far, but their work is far from over. Right back after this break.
Welcome in for halftime. And what's on tap, you ask? I can answer that. So far, it's been a nice outing for the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Total team effort. Instead of 5 starters, it's like they've got 7 or 8 guys getting it done. That's how good the reserves have been tonight, guys.
Lots of interchangeable parts. They can throw different lineups at you. Keeps you guessing. All right, fellas. Let's now take a look at what's to come on the upcoming schedule.
And looking at the Rockets matchup, this will be a good challenge. If they could come in, play with intensity, and sustain that, they'll be right there at the end, Shaq.
I want to see how they play.
And that is it for halftime, folks. It is back to Kevin Harlan and the crew for the second half.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. You know, Anthony Edwards has been exceptional here, guys.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And you know what? I'll be interested to see just how much he's got left in the tank. That first half had to take a lot out of.
Conley and Edwards are the guards. Reed is out there with McDaniels, and it's Gobert in at the 5. So that's the Timberwolves 5. Dort against Edwards. To the middle, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. That's another one for him, his 5th in just 7 shots.
And this is SGA's role. He's out here to score and score often.
Gilgeous-Alexander against Conley. It's Edwards on the wing. He's got 13. And slam dunk by Gobert.
Unselfish. As somebody who already draws a lot of defensive attention, Edwards has to be willing to make that next pass.
Outside, Dort. Gilgeous-Alexander surveying the D. And that one drops for him. Gilgeous-Alexander's got the lead up to 8 now for the Thunder. Minnesota shooting here about 46% for the game. Pass to Edwards. Edwards making a statement.
Edwards is rolling right now. If I'm his teammates, he's getting the rock every time.
Conley against Gilgeous-Alexander. And the layup falls. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 6 here in this quarter.
I mean, he's just been brilliant today, guys, and it was the same exact story last time out.
I wasn't quite sure if he'd be able to maintain that same level of play. I had my doubts coming into this game, but consider my doubts disappear.
Now, Gilgeous-Alexander. After Anthony Edwards missed from long range. Here's Holmgren.
I mean, sneaky when he moves around the floor. Holmgren takes you out of the play, slips past, and just rolls to the hoop.
And we've got a timeout called from Chris Finch. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with his team. And how about a look now at the top rebounding small forwards in the NBA during the past month? Number 1, Jaden McDaniels.
You know, there are some things he does really well on the perimeter, but in the paint, his rebounding is as impressive as anything else he does on the floor.
I think that's one of his calling cards, the rebounding, and it's the feistiness in the paint. that allows them to do such a good job, and they're battling those big guys down low. I mean, I think it's really what sets him apart from other small forwards.
Back to Conley. To the inside. Inside, Edwards finishes strong.
They found a nice groove in this half, starting out 3 for 4.
Clark, if you had one word to describe Mike Conley, what would it be?
Reliable, steadfast, dependable. And I know that's 3, but I wanted to give you 3 different words I could use to describe him. Only 2 seasons in his whole career has he not played at least 50 games. That speaks to durability and professionalism.
Now here is Conley. After the miss from Shea Gilgeous-Alexander.
And this is the right play by Conley, sticking with the motion and ensuring he gets to the line.
This is his first free throw of the game.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
You know, he's been one of those players, they've won it on the line as much as possible this season, especially in close games, guys.
And the first one at the line is good.
And Conley's the guy that leads by example. And as a result, his teammates respect and trust him completely.
Alexander Walker, he's checked in for Minnesota. Cason Wallace, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. And Conley drops them both.
And that's another area where he is just a superb player. Excellent at the free throw line.
Gilgeous-Alexander finds Hartenstein. From the top of the key. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 18 points in the game. Conley, the pass to Reed. To the paint. Here's McDaniels.
And the toughness McDaniels plays with is impressive. He doesn't back down from any defender inside.
The Timberwolves shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight.
Shooting 2.
No good on that one.
Guys like McDaniels, who can guard just about any position on the floor, extremely valuable these days.
And the Timberwolves making a change here. Dillingham's checked in. And he sinks the second. In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. Pass to Hartenstein. Now Wallace. Fires for 3. Reed with the rebound. Reed's got his 5th rebound in this one. Here's Dillingham. Still scoreless.
But sometimes it's more about what the defense is doing. On that possession, they were all over him on the perimeter. Man, can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
Here's Alexander Walker. Wallace covering. 1:39 left to play in the third. Clock at 6. Here's Alexander Walker. Wallace covering. And it's Williams with the ball for the Thunder. It's off to Utah after this game where they'll face the Jazz. And that game will be game 2 of 3 straight on the road.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the D.
Yeah, really left him no choice there. I mean, he had to foul and keep him from converting the easy bucket.
Let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Thunder.
I like how simple they are just keeping things on offense. I mean, the mid-range area has been made available, and boy, are they taking advantage.
And another thing they've been exceptional at is their passing. On-target ball movement has gotten them a lot of assists tonight.
First one falls for him. A different look for Oklahoma City. Williams, he's checked in for Hartenstein. Alex Caruso comes in for Dort. And it's Isaiah Joe in for Gilgeous-Alexander. And both free throws good for Williams. And so it's Minnesota with it. They trail by 11. Here's Dillingham. Wallace covering. Pass to Reed. Here's Alexander Walker. Buries the long-range jumper. Alexander Walker's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Love the pass from Reed that time. These guys love playing with him.
And it's Williams throwing it down.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam.
Really piling on the lead with a dunk like that.
Here's Dillingham. Scoreless thus far. To the middle. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
That is ferocious.
You said it. That was ferocious.
Ammonia strong, we call that. Wear that rim out.
Here's Williams. Joe with it. He gives the team some steady offense, a bit under 10 points a game. Nailed from three-point land. Joe's got the lead up to 11 now for Oklahoma City. Pass to Garza. Reed with it. Picked by Reed. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, guys, has been on display for the Thunder. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
Boy, that's a nice asset to have. It's a huge boost to any offense, too. It adds a whole nother dimension when you've got a big guy that can pass.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. And Oklahoma City, looking who they've got to start the fourth quarter. We've got Alex Caruso. Gilgeous-Alexander out there with Cason Wallace. Then it's Aaron Wiggins. And it's Williams at the 5 spot. Here's Minot. After the made shot from Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Shannon. Inside. Here's Garza. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up.
Shooting 2.
First free throw is good. Joe Ingles, who's checked in for Minnesota. And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
Yeah, I like that they haven't lost their aggressiveness here in the second, despite being down.
That's exactly when you need to be aggressive. You know that. I mean, another good job, though, of drawing contact and getting to the free throw line.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Just 5 to shoot. And it's Wiggins missing. Timberwolves trail by 11. Here's Shannon. And that one is stuffed right through.
Oh, that's a major league throwdown.
Keeps a tight grip on that rim, too, after the finish.
Maybe that'll help them recapture their edge a little bit, guys.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And Gilgeous-Alexander understands how to draw contact, especially when he's looking to score.
And he knocks down the first one.
Nearly automatic. Gilgeous-Alexander, no slouch from the line.
A different look for Oklahoma City. Jang, he's checked in for Williams. Dort comes in for Alex Caruso. And it's Isaiah Joe in for Cason Wallace. Gilgeous-Alexander hits them both.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
No misses yet. You can't do much better than that, guys.
Pass to Shannon. There's the double team with Dort. Over in the corner, Edwards. Edwards with the screen. Here's Shannon. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Shannon's got 5 points now this quarter.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Well, I'm going to credit the screen. I mean, that's a good, strong pick he lays there.
An even stronger second half. Tremendous efficiency at the offensive end of the floor.
Yeah, they're in a nice zone right now, and that basket looks, you know, it can handle 2 balls at once. It looks like now it could probably, for them, handle 3 or 4 balls at once as well as they're shooting.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats, that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. And as a result, they've got a big lead.
Here's Alexander Walker after the made shot from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Edwards, a screen on Dort. Shannon off the mark there with the three-point shot. The Thunder leading by 12. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander, and he gets that one to go off the front iron. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 18 points now here in the second half. Pass to Shannon. Now Dillingham. From outside the arc. Another miss by Minnesota. Wiggins kicks to Gilgeous-Alexander. There's the triple. Hands it from downtown. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 31 points.
And this is someone that can really hurt you from long range. He did that to a degree in the first half, and he's doing it now.
And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. It's a chance for them to regroup and refocus. And it's a completely new lineup for Minnesota. The Thunder also changing it up. Hartenstein, he's checked in for Jan. Holmgren comes in for Wiggins. And Jalen Williams is subbed in for Isaiah Joe. Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by. Conley, the pass to Reed. McDaniels against Williams. 6 on the shot clock. Minnesota needs to get off a shot here. And Edwards with the stop.
And we are seeing tonight why Edwards was selected first overall. Anthony has a special ability to score.
Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Outside Williams. Now Gilgeous-Alexander. Lets the three fly. Anthony Edwards with the rebound.
Oh, just incredible. That spin shook him loose from the defender, but he just couldn't gather his balance there to follow through with the shot.
Now here's McDaniels. Conley kicks to McDaniels. To the inside. Edwards' shot is good. And that's now 21 points for Anthony Edwards.
A composed and cool effort from Edwards inside, not rushing himself or forcing a bad shot, taking what's available.
Down low, here's Hartenstein. Rudy Gobert with the rebound. And it's Conley with the ball for the Minnesota Timberwolves.
And clearly, we will not be witnessing a spirited comeback tonight, albeit as exciting as that would be. This was an excellent all-around performance for the Thunder.
They found a great rhythm from long range.
Yeah, Kevin, every time they left a man open deep, he'd get a good shot at the basket. Didn't hesitate, and that aggression paid off.
And so checking out their season record, this game will become their 45th win.
And against a conference opponent, always good to take that first win of the season series to establish a psychological edge.
Especially because they're going to get together 3 more times this season. You love to get an opponent figured out early when you're going to be seeing them that often.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Well, the defense just couldn't figure him out, and he continued to put it to him.
Guys, they've really built a nice lead here.
And doesn't show any sign of slowing down.
So no problem for Oklahoma City as they get the win. And in the win, a comfortable win in what was, I think, a pretty hostile environment.
It really was. You know, it's never going to be easy on the road, but they didn't have too many problems with that tonight.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for being with us. And as we leave you, we give you our player of the game, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.